This film played two important roles. One is to chronicle these very tense moments, and I think I'm not alone in saying that that sense of exhilaration and panic and confusion was clearly presented. I felt every sentiment that went with it, so that was beautiful. The second, which is more about the characters, you and your friends, and this is one of the questions is, how do you identify yourself? Do you see yourself as an activist or as just a filmmaker? And then there are a couple other things where you're giving voice to a group that's often marginalized, yet elite. And so how do you position yourself as the storyteller in this story in particular, and especially since there's a huge tension between participant and observer? So if we could start with that.
Good question. Actually, we are normal people. We were not particularly involved in the revolution outside of doing this film. We were down in Tahrir Square. We were pro-revolution. We still are pro-revolution. But at the same time, that was not our prime objective. I mean, we got caught up in all of the movement that was happening. And of course, we wanted to see Egypt liberated from a dictatorship. And we still do. And the dictatorship is still there, even though the dictator has fallen. So there's a lot of work to do. And I think my contribution to the revolution was making this movie and coming out to show it to people like you, to spread awareness about what is really happening in Egypt, and that it is not over, and that it continues to move forward. And so, obviously, I think if you were a filmmaker, you're probably a real hardcore filmmaker. Okay, this is the most important thing in my life, and I probably would have stayed. And if I hadn't had a family with me, I certainly would have. But there are things that trump making a movie, and certainly our personal safety was really much more important. And obviously, having a one-year-old son and having tear gas, floating into his bedroom was not a good idea. So ultimately, we had to leave, and also we had to leave because we felt the pressure coming down and closing around us. We had to leave with our footage. We had to save the film.